It's Late Night with Stu. On the weekend, on the TV and the internet, but mostly on the internet at night. Late.
Here on the Wonderful World of Stu, we like to bring in fascinating and entertaining people to help expand what we know about our country and the world. Like, one of those big late night shows. Unfortunately, those people are expensive, and we have no budget. If we had a budget, you'd be watching The Wonderful World of Megyn Kelly right now. So we're testing innovative solutions that just happen to also be completely free. Like the first ever interview that includes a stunt body. Welcome to the show, Executive Director of the Coalition for Fair Employment in Construction, Eric Christen.
Thanks, Stu.
Wow, it's so great for you to finally be here with us. Well, Eric, you have, Executive Director of the Coalition for Fair Employment in Construction, probably the most boring title of anyone who's ever appeared on a late night show.
Well, what's great about it is that our friends on the left assume that anything that has the word fair in it means that I'm also on the left. So I get a lot less flack and get to infiltrate what it is they're doing and cause a lot of havoc before they realize what the heck is going on. And I'm a big free market advocate.
Oh, that's good. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're screwing with people on the left. That's one of the requirements of being on this program in the first place. So, Eric, you're working diligently on this project in California. Everyone knows it as the high-speed rail. It is quite possibly one of the strangest, most expensive disasters in government-sponsored transportation history, is it not?
Well, let's be very specific. It is the most expensive project in human history. No hyperbole aside, I don't even think the Great Pyramid of Giza cost this. Now, granted, they used a lot of slave labor back then, but if you had OSHA and you had a prevailing union wage on it, I still don't think it would be as expensive as the $68 gazillion choo-choo to nowhere here in California. So yeah, it is the largest project in human history.
When it was first passed, it was supposed to cost how much?
$33 billion. It is shot up to $100 billion, and they realized that was not working too well with the public. So they got together, erased a few zeros, and put it down to $68 billion. But of course, we know it will come in somewhere north of probably $200 billion when this is all done. But it's just a few billion here, a few billion there. It's not real money.
Right. Now, Eric, I don't mean to be a stickler, but I'm a little bit lower. If you could look a little. There you go. Tell me what it does, where it travels to, and how fast it goes.
Yeah, really impressive. It uses a 19th century technology, which last I checked has been around for a while. And it gets people it was supposed to get people from San Diego to San Francisco, which people here in the state consider one end of the state to the next. They don't really consider the northern part of the state really inhabited by anybody worth visiting. So they just consider San Francisco the north of the state. It was supposed to go from San Diego to San Francisco. It's now only going from Los Angeles to San Francisco, and it will do so at an average speed of about 100 miles an hour, take you longer than it would a Southwest Airlines flight, and cost you more than a Southwest Airlines flight. So who could be against it?
Sounds like a wonderful way to spend $100 billion. All right, so you go down to ask these people what the heck. Yeah, to the Capitol, okay. And you go down there and you ask them, you want to ask what they're doing. So they have a 1-hour meeting. They give themselves 59 minutes to blab amongst themselves, and then give the public, because they're required to, 60 full seconds to question this $100 billion maybe project. Here's how it went, and then you tell me what it was like to go through.
If you've seen one project labor agreement, you have seen them all. They force workers. I'm sorry, ma'am. It's a $68 billion project. If I could have perhaps a minute
I would
to speak,
appreciate if you would submit your comments. We only have about 2 minutes
I'm sorry,
left.
but it's a project,
and there
the
are
largest
people behind
project
you.
in the United States history. And if I could have more than a minute of your time, I would really
I'm
appreciate it.
so sorry, we don't have the room.
You don't have the room because there's another meeting coming in there right after, Eric. You understand that, right?
Yeah, I stuck around there for an hour and a half, and the room was still unoccupied an hour and a half later. You wonder sometimes if I could just sneak into Pyongyang, or the old Soviet Union, or the old DDR, the German Democratic Republic, which it was none of that, by the way, and just sit in their parliament or something. This is what it would be like.
Eric Christen, Pyongyang might be, North Korea might be rough, but it doesn't have the surfing of California. So count your blessings, okay? All right.
Okay, if you say, and the wine, probably the wine, yeah.
The wine is delicious as well. Eric Christen, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
All right, back in a moment with a pan flute solo from Michael Bloomberg.